Hey guys, welcome in. Armed American Radio's Daily Defense begins in about a minute, a little bit after. 6 minutes after to be exact. Hey guys, welcome in. Armed American Radio's Daily Defense begins in about a minute, a little bit after. 6 minutes after.
30.
Cut that AC for now. Let's make cameras up.
This is Armed American Radio's Daily Defense.
Turn that down.
Armed American Radio's Daily Defense, because they don't want me to, that's why I do it.
Presented by the National Rifle Association. From the CZ Studios.
They're never going to stop us here.
Here is your host, the loudest conservative voice in America fighting the enemies of freedom, Mark Walters.
Oh yeah, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Hog's breath is better than no breath at all, right, Greg in Dallas, Texas?
What?
Hog's breath is better than no breath at all, baby. That's on my T-shirt because I'm wearing a Hog's Breath Saloon Key West T-shirt right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I had no idea what hog's breath you were referring to there.
Yeah, it's my biker T-shirt. I wear this when I'm on my hog, which I don't have
all right.
in my dreams. Because I'm chicken little. I'm afraid of bikes.
I'm not, but I just think I'm well past that in my life.
Yeah, I know too many people that have had a close call. In fact, everybody I know that's had a bike has had a close call.
Same.
But yeah, that's a true story, by the way. But yeah, so anyway, guys, we're in the CZ studios for you on a Tuesday. 2026 is now, I guess we'll say 2026 is well underway. Guess what just delivered at my front door on my commute to my office to the studio?
No idea.
My Sunday's Bloody Mary mix.
Oh, okay.
Why am I
Would've
telling
guessed
you that?
I have no idea.
You'll find out soon.
All right.
There you go. Might want to check it out, guys. Sunday's Bloody Marys. If you like Bloody Marys, I've steered you in the right direction. We'll talk about
Bottom
that.
of the hour apple juice?
Well, not not during the show. Although I have no problems with a Bloody Mary anytime. But yeah, guys, you'll be hearing from Sunday's Bloody Marys, I guess, coming up in the near future too. So check that out because there's always fun stuff going on. Always fun stuff going on. So we're live up on Facebook for you. If you want to watch the show, just don't do that while you're driving, please. Don't be that idiot. Just listen to the show. You got Bluetooth on your devices. You can listen in the car, truck, whatever you're driving. Please just be careful, but you can tune in and watch live over there at facebook.com/armedamericanradio. And if you haven't yet done so, please follow the page. Join the 80,000+ people that are over there now and help us get that back over 100 grand. We still can't figure out, Facebook was dumping people like crazy on us for a long time. And we need to fix that, okay? And we need you to do that. So if you haven't liked the page yet, please follow the page over at Armed American Radio. And if you're so inclined, follow me on my personal page, Mark Walters, over on Facebook as well. I'll be more than happy to let you in and return the follow for you and like you back. Greg, I'll let you tell everybody else where they can go. We'll get cracking with Lee the Gunwriter Williams. Welcome him in on the new year.
Yeah, sure. Other places to watch the show are going to be YouTube and Rumble. Just do a search for Armed American Radio with Mark Walters. You can watch us over on X at AARMark. You can head over to armedamericanradio.org or .com, hit that menu icon, then select your watch live or listen live option. And lastly, to join our live chats, just download Telegram, create your profile, and search for Armed American Radio Conversations.
Yeah, thank you for that, Greg. Appreciate it. Devin Kenny is over on Facebook watching us now. Check him out. Good for you. Ross, thanks for tuning in over there as well. Spread the word. Share the post. Get involved in the conversation. As you can tell, we're watching you, okay? We're watching you. Lee the Gunwriter Williams, what's going on, brother? He's there. I know he's there. Lee the Gunwriter Williams, are you there?
Yeah, he's here.
There we go. How you doing, Lee? Welcome in. 2026, off to a little bumpy ride. Happy New Year, brother. How you doing?
Happy New Year to you. I'm doing well, man. How are you?
I'm doing really good, except you're coming in really, really loud on me, so let me pull your feet down just a tad bit. Woo! We like your new phone. So, Lee, how's the new year been so far? 6 days into it already? for the
I've
gun
never
writer.
been busier in my life. I've never been busier in my life, quite frankly.
You know how I can attest to that because you have a lot of work going on over at Armed American News and Second Amendment Foundation because you are the chief lead investigative journalist over there. We'll talk about some of your stories. But before we go there, you're from Minnesota originally. I mean, you've been living in Florida forever, since I've known you, and I've known you a long time. But you were born and raised up in northern Minnesota. You know, what's your take? What's your family's take? Waltz is refusing, as of today, he's refusing to step down, although he's pulled out of the race. I believe he steps down at some point. The pressure is going to be too hard. And hopefully, Bondi, if you're listening, you have him set for a perp walk at some time down the road because taxpayers are sick and tired of getting ripped off by Democrats and Republicans too. Let's be fair there. There's a lot of Republicans there too. But Lee, what's the take on your folks up there?
Well, Minnesota is a weird state in that it would be a red state if you didn't have the Twin City area and Duluth. Those huge areas make it a blue state, unfortunately. You go out where my dad lives, out in Alexandria, northern central Minnesota, everybody hates Waltz. No one can stand him. I mean, talk to my uncles. They'll use a lot of words that you can't use on the radio. But they love him in the Twin Cities because he's part of the Democratic machine.
He's an
and
idiot and a buffoon.
all you need to be. Without a doubt.
What does that say about the people in the Twin City?
They're leftist, idiot, and buffoons.
Purely agenda-driven.
Completely. I mean, the guy's an idiot.
Oh,
Look how he did in that debate. Look how he did in that debate when he was running for Veep.
If you're watching me on camera, let me do my best Waltz impersonation. Guy's an idiot. I just did my little goofy clap that he does and the little point over like, oh, look at this. Here comes Kamala Harris, you know. Can you imagine those two running this ship? Can you imagine those two running this ship?
I think we'd be at war. I really do. I think the rest of the countries in the world would have decided, yeah, we can do whatever we want with the U.S. now.
We may have been at war here. We may have been at war here.
Yeah, that's highly conceivable, unfortunately.
It's a pretty sad state of affairs. But, you know, I saw a meme the other day, and I should probably, let me see if I can pull this up, because it was so true. I wish, you know, radio is theater of the mind, guys, but I'll do the best I can here. And let me see what I can pull up, because it was fascinating. Here it is. And I'll get, it's like a circle, guys. It's a circle of arrows, right? And at the top, at 12 o'clock, it says, I wake up. Then the arrow comes down to the 3 o'clock position. Democrats do something blatantly illegal. Then the arrow goes down to 6 o'clock. GOP politicians are outraged. Then the arrow goes up to 9 o'clock. Nothing happens. Then the arrow goes back up to I wake up. So, but that's very true. That's very true. And I believe, and I don't know why I'm feeling this to this degree right now, but I am. I believe people are absolutely fed up. I go to Chris Murphy. Chris Murphy's running his mouth about Venezuela on tweets about it, Maduro and Venezuela not being a threat to the U.S. And I got to give mad props. Andy Hoosier brought this up yesterday, and I watched the clip after the show, and it fortunately has been making news, thankfully, thank God. But CNN called him out and read an op-ed or opinion piece that he wrote. Don't hold me to it. It might have been the New York Times. It was a big one, where he was lambasting Trump for not doing anything about Maduro because of the threat Maduro and Venezuela pose to the United States. And CNN quoted that. And the guy lied, looked right at the cameras and lied to the American people. He goes, well, you didn't read the rest of it where I was going. No, we didn't have to, because that was your quote. In direct contradiction to his tweet. I think Americans are fed up to their necks with this nonsense, particularly with what's going on in Minnesota. And I get that sense. That's my own personal feeling, but I do not think I'm alone.
I totally agree. I've watched that kid's video, the one who outed all the missing money. Young guy, young YouTube star. I've watched his 41-minute video, must be 100 times. I have never seen anything more disgusting in my home state than that. That, brother, that's going to go down poorly. Even in liberal Minnesota. I'm so glad that Waltz said today he's not going to run for a third term. I mean, he'd be a little busy being an inmate, hopefully, in jail for allowing this to occur than to run the governor's office.
Look, he's privy to inside information as far as polling. So I don't believe he thought he would have won the election. But let's circle back, to use Jen Psaki's little famous quote, circle back all the time. But let's circle back to that opening comments that we had, that he's despised outside the Twin Cities. But if it were not for the Twin Cities and maybe a couple other metropolitan areas, Duluth, he wouldn't be governor. So if he thought he was going to win that election, he would have toughed it out. That's what Democrats do. He would have toughed it out. I'll hand it to him on that. So I don't think, he knows he wasn't going to win. What does that say about Minnesota? Or otherwise, he'd have stayed in the race. That's just an educated guess. He didn't pull out if he thought he was going to lose the election.
I think there's more to it. I think he knows there's probably charges coming. I honestly do. I think I pray to God that our president can get him charged with some part of all of this. I mean, brother, look at how many Minnesotans lost money. Look at how many Minnesotans made money. New Minnesotans.
They're not Minnesotans. They're illegal immigrants, number one. Number two, it's not just Minnesotans. That's federal tax dollars that we're subsidizing that. That's my money and that's 100%. Your money. Before we go to a break, let me say hey to Jeffrey T. Major over on Facebook, man. Thanks for being in here. Love it, guys. Get some comments going in on there. Ronnie Willis is watching there, too. So jump on in. We appreciate that, guys. Keep it going, all right? When we come back, like I said, Lee's been busy. We're going to talk about some of the things he's written about. One of them is fascinating, the last story that he put up, and we'll go there when we come back here on the Armed American Radio Network. Mark Walters filling your prescription for freedom here in the CZ studios in front of the Patriot Mobile microphone, and it's all brought to you by the NRA. Got something to tell you about them, too. Don't go away.
To you by the National Rifle Association. Help us defend freedom by visiting nra.org/AAR and join today.
Welcome back to the show. Yeah, welcome back to the show indeed, ladies and gentlemen. A pleasure to have you here with us today. Always a pleasure to have you here with us today on Armed American Radio's Daily Defense and the Sunday Monster Cast here in the CZ studios with me, Mark Walters, filling your prescription for freedom today and every single day here in the Patriot Mobile studios in front of the Patriot Mobile mic. It's all brought to you by the NRA. Guys, I mentioned yesterday briefly a story about the NRA, and I hope to have some time to get to that by the close of the hour today with Lee, because they did put out a press release yesterday. I had a lengthy conversation with National Rifle Association top management today, and I want to bring this to your attention. If you haven't already seen it, you likely will, so I want to get ahead of the ball with you. I can't really say I'm ahead of it because the press release went out late last night or early today, but regardless, I do want to talk with you about it. It's important that we do that because the NRA is being as transparent as they've ever been, that I've ever seen in the last 30 years. And we'll get to that hopefully by the fourth segment, okay? We'll do our level best to do that with you. Lee the Gunwriter Williams, welcome back in, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, brother. So let's go to one of your stories over here at Armed American News. Of course, this is up at Second Amendment Foundation as well. Did you have anything else you wanted to add, by the way? I didn't mean to be rude. Do you have anything else you wanted to add about that goofball, loser, scumbag, criminal, hope soon to be perp walk Waltz and the rest of those dirtbags up there in your home state? Sorry.
There's nothing more I could say because of the FCC.
Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad. Thank you for that. I can gather your thoughts on that one, okay? I think listeners, you can too. The worst anti-gun story of 2026 so far is your titled column. What?
Yeah, this one got me. This group called the Good Men Project, they featured this story, brother, that I cannot actually believe actually was printed. It's titled "Guns Don't Kill, Gun Owners Do." And it's got a picture of a man pointing a handgun directly at the face of the reader. The thing that I got out of most of it is just the untruths and the misspellings continue throughout the story. Firearms, 2 words. Okay, firearms, 2 words. It's written by this dude called Jude Foley. And about a month ago, he wrote another story, taking on guns, that was titled "Legacy of Slavery is Why U.S. Remains Bound by Insane Gun Policy." And he asked a question in there: if slavery had never taken root in the U.S., would there have been a need for a Second Amendment to this nation's Constitution?
All right, hold on. What?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
I did not see that, and I didn't link to it because I wanted to talk with you about it. I didn't even think about doing that. That's my bad. I apologize. Does he give an explanation for that goofy statement?
His explanation is that guns are so violent and so icky and so nasty that we shouldn't have them. And the only reason we have them is to enforce slavery, which, ended a few years ago. So I don't know why we still have them. But in his recent story, he wrote one of the most horrific things I've ever read, brother. I got to quote him. "Let us concede that gun rights advocates have won the argument. Guns don't kill people, people do. However, there's a certain class of people that merit a greater share of the blame for the mass casualty events our communities have endured. For lack of more encompassing term, let's call them gun owners."
Ah, yeah. So we're at fault. So it's a general term. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, what he said is guns don't kill people, gun owners kill people.
And then he went on to cite some statistics to prove his point. And where did he go to get his data? Why, the Gun Violence Archive, of course.
All right. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't know who the Good Men Project is. Is he a...
Hopefully was.
He's got a subheading here. He calls it "The Conversation No One Else Is Having." And
yeah, I tried to contact them, the Good Men Project. They don't have a phone number, of course, but I filled out the contact email page, and I still have not heard back from them.
Let's look at some of his
I don't
trending.
think they want to.
Well, let's look at some of his
talk
trending
about
posts.
this.
Yeah, let's look at some of his trending posts. Men aren't bad at online dating; they're undersupported. Friendship won't fix the male loneliness epidemic. Are you lonely?
Nope.
Do you identify as a man?
Yeah, and I'm not lonely. I must be the only one.
Do you identify as a man? Yeah, of course you are, because you're a man. How a man learns what counts. Here's why using the 1 to 10 female attractiveness scale is absurd and pointless. The evolution. Well, is it, ladies? Is it? Does that offend you, a 1 to 10 scale? I mean, my wife has said to me, she's a 10. Wow, that woman's a knockout. I don't know. Does that offend people? I don't know if it does.
No, I don't think so. Not the modern self-assured woman.
Well, we could debate what makes a person a 10. That's totally subjective, right?
Right.
Okay. The evolution of sex, what boys and men need to survive and thrive. Guns don't kill, gun owners do. Social justice. So just the mere fact that he's got a trending post under a heading titled social justice tells you everything you need to know. And you can listen to these headlines and understand where this guy is coming from. Learning manhood from a man who never learned it himself. I would love to see this guy.
Well, just the fact that he would bring up the shooting at Sandy Hook. That's no one should break that up to support an argument. And I said in my story, it's his writing is reckless and dangerous. There's really no other way to describe it. He's using hate speech, pure and simple.
Yeah, let's not forget Adam Lanza murdered his mother, shot her in the face to steal her guns.
Yeah.
To murder 20 plus people. He's got another one here. The cure for the male loneliness epidemic in America is not raising them MAGA. So guys, we're talking about a pure beta here. Okay. I don't know how, this guy's probably got pronouns in his X feed, in his bio, everywhere he goes. I don't know. But it's when you read something like this, what does it say about a person who believes that all gun owners, because where this is going is, and how many times have we said this, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats have believed this for years. The anti-gunners believe this. We've talked about this countless times. When we say, or they say, if you own a gun, what they're insinuating is at some point in time, when a guy makes a statement like that, or whatever this guy is, makes a statement like that, what he's saying is all gun owners will eventually use their guns to do bad things. If you're a gun owner and you have a gun, that's the same logically, that's suggestive of why I need to turn in my AR-15s, because if I do that, somehow the elementary school and the high school down the road from me are safer because I gave my guns to the police. That makes the school safer.
I don't get it. I clearly doesn't know a thing about guns. So, brother, I don't know a thing about a lot of things, so I don't write about it. But this guy, oh my gosh.
Okay, yeah, very bizarre stuff, and I've never heard of this guy. I don't know that I'm going to look into him any further. I'll trust that you will, and if you, because I don't need to wake up and see this kind of nonsense every day when there's so much other stuff to talk about. But I don't know if he's got legs. I don't know how many people are reading this stuff.
Right.
But guys, the reason we talk about it and the reason Lee writes about it is because this is part of that liberal mentality, that gun grabber mentality. It's out there. They all feel the same way, regardless of how we approach the topic. That's what they're saying. If you're a gun owner, you're bad, and you will eventually do something bad. We'll be back with Lee. Don't go away.